Ooh, grab your friends, it's time to vibe. Come together, feel that rise. Watch the game while the beat flows. At the sports bar where anything goes. Laughter and joy, we're in the zone. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm is where joy's found. Ooh, with every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. Ooh, with every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. Ooh, on the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Swing on by, don't miss the fun. At the sports bar, the best begun. Ooh, come back for more. 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 Come back for more.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to On the Swivel at the Sports Bar. Like and share and subscribe to this channel. Put some comments in there on the replay. Anyway, we got a full slate for you today. Some of my fellas may come up or they may not. Some may have a good time. But everything we use, all the videos, all the streams, all fair use. And so this is the 36th episode. And so let's go. Let's just get it cracking. All right, so listen, I think this was a surprise to everybody. We talk about football coming up, that Shedeur Sanders is going to start the first game. Now, some people are nefarious to think that he's going to start because they want to get evidence to get rid of him. That sounds stupid to me, but there's always conspiracy theorists. He should have never been in the first round. I think that's just a slight because they hate his father. And this guy should, whether he was a first round draft choice or not, he should have been better than that, completing with, people on their way out for the Browns, no less. So we'll see how he does. So here's some, we'll just click this link and let's just see what they're saying out there.
And as I mentioned moments ago, speaking of young quarterbacks, Browns rookie Shedeur Sanders is expected to start Cleveland's preseason opener against the Panthers. How about that? First reported by Mary Kay Cabot, and that was confirmed by Shefty. And he's been dealing with some shoulder soreness as well. Shrakes, what do you think about this?
I perked up. This is the Shedeur effect. I perked up. I didn't anticipate this. And now it's okay. Shedeur's going to play, and he's going to play in a preseason game, and he's going to have an opportunity to do it on a national stage. This is why Shedeur Sanders is a different kind of fifth-round pick. If you told me some other fifth-round pick playing for some other team was starting, I wouldn't even, care. Now I'm seeing Shedeur, and I'll tell you, these guys know it. And Jeff, you might have been there with me. I remember being up in Renton, Washington, watching Russell Wilson in 12 absolutely light up training camp and then go in a preseason game against the Cowboys and be the best player on the field, being so good that he was undeniable to that coaching staff that they had to start Russ, who was a day 2 pick, over Matt Flynn and over the late Travaris Jackson because he won the job. So Shedeur, I looked to him, go and win the job. You're on national TV. Go and light it up. Throw the ball. Have fun. But I didn't buy the jersey, but I definitely perked up at the fact that he's going to be playing and he's number 1 under center, even in a preseason game.
I agree with you, Shregs. This is important. It does come with context. Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel both dealing with hamstring issues. They're not putting Joe Flacco in there, who is their projected week 1 starter. So they are down to basically saying, like, all right, Shedeur, here's your shot. And this is exactly what you need. I mean, anytime you talk about a 5th round pick, forget about the name attached to him. He's going to have to look for these situations where maybe a couple guys are down right now and he has his chance to step up. He does well. There's no looking back. That being said, he is getting this first chance.
There's no way they're going to keep 4. If they keep 4 quarterbacks, I think that really would be stupid. Trade somebody. Keep Shedeur no matter what. Flacco starting, I just think that, it's like a back to the future situation. Flacco is good as a coming off the bench and give you in a few games. But to think that he's going to reach back into the fountain of youth that can carry a whole season, I think that's a stretch.
Chance to shine. Ultimately, because those 2 guys right now who are ahead of him on the depth chart, the first depth chart, they are dealing with hamstring issues. So sure, Sanders getting his chance.
By the way, they have Marcus Swagoo. Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Hannah. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that they actually.
There's a real move.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Hannah. Go ahead, Hannah.
No.
I'm shutting up. Go ahead.
I was just going to say they actually have like 5 quarterbacks in camp now because they signed Tyler Huntley today. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, Snoop. Snoop is in the building too. Exactly. I was about to say though, like Shedeur is on record saying he didn't want Prime to come to practice because he wasn't doing that much. He wasn't getting those many reps. This is the opportunity that he has now.
I mean, listen, how are you going to go with 5 quarterbacks? I mean, it's just the stupidest thing. I mean, it just shows me that their management and the people who running that team still don't know what the hell they're doing. 5 quarterbacks for what? For what? I mean, you got to make a decision. This sounds like indecision to me. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of show him. I know I'm not going to give Swagoo his chance, but, I just want to, when he's starting. We'll see how he does. But even in a preseason first game, what he's going to do? What, 2 series? Maybe at most? Maybe the first half, since everybody's hurt. That'll be good to see if, he can, they'll probably give him the first half. All right. So we know Sanders is going to be in the game, which is cool. So that might be a game to watch. There's a big thing that was out this week, and it's been a while. It's been kind of pecking at men all over the place. Jayden Daniels and his mother, Regina Jackson. Is she just overbearing, or is this protection necessary to save her son from the predator females that's out there, IG models, and just thoughts in general that these guys tend to fall for? Because let me tell you, men who get boxolitis, they seem to be helpless when it comes to the chicks, right? No matter who you are, no matter what age you are, men seem to be falling prey to their own God-given sexual urges if they don't have enough discernment. And it doesn't matter what age you are, but Shannon Sharp proves that you could be an old idiot. Now, here's one guy that I looked at who thinks, Regina Jackson is overbearing, hovering, and it's not healthy for her son. We're going to give you a few minutes of him. And also on my channel, Unique Sports Talk, I did a compilation of different people talking about this. But this is just a little clip. I'm not going to spend more than 3 minutes on these guys, and we'll just kind of hit it. But I want you to get enough impression about what this one guy thinks about her. Stop spinning. Don't do me like that.
I don't hardly watch The Pivot, but I decided to go and watch the full episode because a subscriber sent me the video, told me to check this out. Let's just hear, I want you to hear what Jayden Daniels' mom said to start the show off. Just take a listen.
My head and to Alicia's head was yours.
You know, what better place than to come on with you and speak to everything that's kind of been going on and just actually get to know who I am. Like, everybody associates me as the mother of Jayden Daniels, but as I tell everybody, I had Jayden. Jayden didn't have me. So, you know, I am Regina Jackson, and I want to be known to the world as Regina Jackson and not always the mother of Jayden Daniels or Jayden Daniels' mom.
Now, I just remember meeting.
Okay. First off, I'm going to get right to it. She a damn narcissist. She a narcissist, no doubt. But Jayden Daniels is what they refer to as a son husband. And this woman really thinks that Jayden Daniels is her man and her property. She moves like it. She talks like it. She spoke at length throughout this whole video. And I'll leave a link to the video in the description.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave a link to his video in the description, so because y'all could hear the whole thing. But his main point is that his mother is overbearing, and she's trying to turn him into, not turn him into it, but he's a son husband. She don't got no man that nobody can speak of. And let me tell you, give me one straight. She's not his agent, though, even though she's qualified to do it. He does have his own agency, but she helps him probably review, the contracts and things of that nature. So this gentleman here called the Beat Chef, if you want to go check out his whole live, it's going to be, I'll put a link in there for you to go look at so you can get some more. Maybe his channel might be worth following. I just found this come up on my feed because I was looking for somebody who had a negative view of Jayden Daniels' mother. I don't necessarily have that same view, even though I agree that she's absolutely overbearing. But you know what? Even she can't control a man's Johnson, but for so long. And here's Cam Newton's play on this thing. Now, a lot of people think Cam Newton is a jerk, right? And maybe he is, but his thoughts about Regina Jackson and the responsibility that she's taken for her son is an admirable thing. And he makes some good points to say that. Not only did he do that, Jayden Daniels also gave a good tribute to his father at the draft. Usually these guys is all over their mother, but he actually credited his father for giving him a football in the first place and training him up in the first place. So even though Regina Jackson acts like his father doesn't exist, he does exist, and at least his son respects him. And that's a good thing to hear.
Second down! Questionable call of the week. Let's see what we got, Peggy.
Well, since it's Mother's Day, mama. Jayden Daniels' mom finally speaks out on the criticism that she's been receiving.
You were very honest about protecting him. You said predators, also protecting him from women who can be predators. And we've seen that all through sports. We see it after their careers. We see it in business. Being the good woman you are, also raising a daughter, why have you been so diligent about protecting Jayden from the wrong woman?
So first and foremost, I have a meme out there, and it's funny. So I can't laugh. I can only laugh about it. But the whole girls comment was made, first of all, 2 years when he was at LSU, and it was a question asked, like, what is your biggest fear? And that should be every parent's biggest fear. That should be, if you're a star athlete and you're a female at WNBA, that should be your biggest fear is, the men or, the women, because you're a public figure and, your dollar amount is associated.
Yeah, she's talking about, listen, she even, the audacity to even mention the WABA in the same breath as protecting her son. But she tries to deflect these common conversations from time to time. That other brother hits on it, but she absolutely does. The question really is Are you cock blocking your son? That's it. We don't want to hear all this other mumbo jumbo. She finally gets to it at the end, I think.
With your name. So you never know who really is there for you and who's really against you. And our thing is like, I want Jayden to date. I don't want everybody to say I'm putting it on record. My son can date. He can live freely, makes his own decisions. However, the relationship we have, he does value my opinion because, you know, when my kids were little, I did a lot for them. So, and my kids saw that. My father, my background, I worked too hard to allow anybody at any moment.
What's wrong with this?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what she said. I mean, he's going to say it. But listen, it was all about her. She didn't say nothing about the man in his life who worked hard as well. Just, I worked too hard. My kids. You know, she's just looking inward. It's all about her and what she might lose. You know, so that makes people kind of negative against her, especially a man on his own square listening to a woman act like nobody has agency unless she's involved.
Nothing's wrong with it. I know she's been getting a lot of backlash. Jayden Daniels' mom, you know, being on the scene when he popping out restaurants, going out this and that. We even spoke about, you know, her at one particular time. And so, you know, seeing that she helps with his business affairs and his image and, you know, looking and watching over him.
Yeah.
I think it gets misconstrued of, is it good parenting or she's hovering? But what do you think?
No, but this is the thing, though. I don't think this is nothing new. I think it's just new that the propaganda of the media has put out this image of Black parents as absent. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always been some type of connection to villains being created with parents that want the best for their children. They use words like nepotism, but that's like a cultural thing in every single ethnicity, culture, whatever walk of life. We see it. But for Black people, it's been something that's been looked down upon. It's like, okay, well, we have certain examples, right? When you think about a Cecil Newton, when you think about a LeVar Ball, when you think about a Deion Sanders, when you think about a Richard Williams, when you think about an Earl Woods, all these parents, fathers, and even Regina Jackson have some way, shape, form at some point been villainized in the media.
Yeah, and he's absolutely right there, man. What's going on, Coach Berg? What's happening? Can you hear me?
What's up, Bob? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I know you're kind of choppy, man. If you might have to stay close to the mic. But
Let me get a better headset.
Did you heard Cam Newton go on, right? He started mentioning some examples.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, so my thing is he was mentioning men, and then Regina Jackson popped in. I just think one of the things that Earl Woods, and he mentioned a lot of guys, and I agree with him 100% about these guys kind of governing their kids' careers early on. But you know what? The men didn't try to police those guys' dicks. Regina Jackson is trying to police her son's Johnson, and that's just not going to work either. You know what I'm saying? That's the one big difference. But I'm not saying she's wrong because she understands what a woman can do to a man. But Earl Woods certainly didn't police Tiger Woods Johnson. He went crazy. You know what I'm saying? He might have told him go, but he didn't say, yo, man, you just can't be stroking everything with a blonde hair, man. You know, so that's the one difference. But Cam Newton said some good shit in there. I don't know if you saw this. I'm going to let him play out a little bit more, unless you have a comment right now. And we're going to talk a little bit about right once it's over.
Yeah. No, I just heard about the part about the nepotism pretty much after you showed the video of the woman, then he came back to him. I mean, we don't really have nepotism. If I can give one example, I would say the closest example of that would be LeBron James.
I was going to say.
Ain't nobody else. That's about.
You're right.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
That's what parents do. I think this is new because as mamas, we ain't used to seeing that.
Yeah.
It's not that it doesn't exist. It just doesn't get highlighted. And not to mention, Miss Regina is a certified representative by the NFL to represent her son. So she's well capable of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's something that's like, oh, not only is she a mom, she's a she has proper certifications and degrees and went about things to take us a step further, which is commendable. But there's that propaganda that the media has always kind of made Black parenting somewhat a negative thing.
No.
Right. And that's what I don't appreciate. She's not doing anything any different than any other parent will want for their child.
Yeah.
And you have to set parameters. You have to set barricades up to say, oh no, we're not doing that. You know, I know what they're trying to do, but we're not going to do that. You would hope that that child, that son, that daughter, that young man, young woman has resources in their life that can protect them.
Yeah.
Too much in this day and age, they got too much access.
Yeah.
Social media, no curfew. You do what you want. Well, he said he want to do that. Well, let him do it. It's not highlighted enough where they do have good parents.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a guy like Cam Ward who has his parents right by his side everywhere that he went, right? They're not as vocal as most parents are. You look at a guy like Deion Sanders, who has been very open about, man, I want my sons to succeed. I want my family to succeed. If you was in that same situation, what would you do? What would you do different?
You would want the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things, like, it's better to protect than to have a situation happen that you could have prevented. And that's goes back to parenting. It's like, man, bro, we all have different styles, but how it has been displayed in media hasn't always been the glorified, prototypical way to parent from that situation. So, Mr. Gina, man, keep your head. Jayden is doing unbelievable. You're doing an unbelievable job, man. And we need more parents, not just Black, to be heavily involved in their child's lives and careers as well. Here we go. Next clip.
All right. So there you go. Have it. I agree with him. What say you?
I agree with it, but the problem with us, we tend to think our child is above reproach in sports. Meaning, if our child is talented, and I've coached a lot, so I've seen it a lot. Then my son was good at Pee Wee. Now he's playing with the juniors. Why ain't he starting? Why ain't he starting quarterback? Because he played quarterback at Pee Wee, a running back, a receiver. But they ain't thinking about the child. As he moves up, he might realize the competition is getting stiffer. And he was the man, as you know, in the younger grades, but now he might not have grown 2 inches like everybody else. So he might not be able to play quarterback.
Yeah,
He might have to play another position.
So let me ask you this, okay? Regina Jackson, do you think she's overbearing or protective or both? And do you think she's a little overbearing or not?
Whose mom is that?
Jayden Daniels.
I mean, I can say yeah, you know what I'm saying, but not really. It's just that they only highlight it when Black parents speak up for their child. White people do that shit all day long, every day. They gonna make sure their kid is protected. They go, but see, they having those conversations throughout the process, you know, and you know, a lot of it is what it is. A lot of players come from single parent home, you know, especially Black players. That's just the way it is. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the father wasn't an intricate part of that, because most kids play sports based off what their father played.
Well, Jayden Daniels, actually, his father, he did praise his father at the draft, and he did give him the football. He did train him up. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I don't know if he ever married his mother, but you know, they were high school sweethearts and shit.
Yeah. So he was probably born when when she was just out of high school or in high school.
Oh yeah, early 20s.
And she sort of owns that. Black women are owning it. If their son becomes successful, I did a good job. I did. They ain't even gonna mention the fact that grandmama might have babysitted them 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
All these other people, the coach is the one that got him to understand the game and be better at the game. She just took them to practice, maybe sat over up under a tree, went and did other shit and came back. But now when they look at that money, they start getting involved because they understand, well, if he gets with a woman, she's about that money because mamas are the same woman as the girl. They're about that money. So, and she don't want to lose that money. She understands, so just like Lamar Jackson's mom is his agent, that's the same thing. He's always been that.
Yeah, I don't disagree. All right, so listen, moving on. All right, so this one, we're a little bit of basketball, just a little bit. Luka, did you see the new Luka?
I ain't seen Luka.
Yeah.
He looked good. See what Luka put out? I get regardless.
Luka, man.
Do you see Luka? I ain't seen nothing like that with him, though.
Reports he's on a new diet. He's lost a lot of weight.
What does that mean? That means he heard it. That means he's trying to better himself. That means he's coming in here, gonna be in shape. It's gonna look the same. Like just because he lose 10 or 15 pounds, he look the part. That means what? I'm gonna go out there and average 38 and 8. Same thing. That don't make him. He's gonna be a better defender. That's just he's not that. Right. You know what I'm saying? He might give you a little more hustle, get back on defense a little more. Okay. But you got to understand, and what people got to understand, listen, dog, you're going to have to take some to get some, right? All right. For instance, I got dominant-ass Shaq that can't make free throws. I'm taking that. I'm taking this. I got Luka giving me 38 and 8. No defense. I'm taking that 38 and 8. I'm taking that. You feel what I'm saying? Vanderbilt. Let me get some motherfuckers around him that can do that then. You know what I mean? Like, because ain't nobody doing what he doing. Like, that's why I'm like, come on, man. Y'all get out of here with that.
Okay, so, Paul Pierce has a point, doesn't he? Paul Pierce has a point, man. He says, shit, man. Okay, he don't play defense, so what? He's a little thinner, man. So what do you think?
I mean, I can say he has a point, but at the same time, he's making predictions about a player, right? Okay. And nobody has seen Luka at this capacity. Nobody's seen him. It's new. And people are again, assumptions about what he will or will not do. Okay. Will it help increase his defensive game? Maybe, maybe not, because it ain't the fact that you lose weight. One of the most important things in basketball is your footwork. If his foot speed has gotten better, man, it's just footwork. If his foot speed has gotten better, he'll be okay.
Well, the weight will help with that, though.
But yes and no, though. There's been big players that have great footwork. There's been good players that have played great footwork out playing. I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm not. Well, hold on. That's not what I'm saying, though. But okay, you just said that we don't know what's going to be. So with all the less weight, right? We'll see whether his footwork is a little bit better, right? Because he was just slow. I mean, he was lazy, right? He was kind of lazy. But now he got all this energy and slim. If he just moves faster up and down the court, that's better defense.
Yeah, but also it'll help his offensive game too. Now, what if he's giving you 32 and 8 and 10? Will it matter if his defense is low? Does it matter if his defense is like James Harden?
But that's what Paul Pierce is saying. If he's giving you those numbers, the defense. Well, the defense with Luka has never really been the big issue, right? I mean, that's not really his big issue. The issue was that he was drinking, he wasn't in shape, but he always gave you the offensive numbers, and he hit clutch shots on a regular basis. The fat Luka was hitting clutch shots. So now when he's thin, he's going to give you some element. He's got to give you a little bit. I just think that we'll have to see, but his stamina should be better.
Yeah, it should be. His stamina definitely should be better. We heard the problem with Luka.
Okay.
We judging him by American standards. Luka he's been a professional in another country since he was about 17. They drank in those countries. They drank. That's part of their culture. They drank breakfast. They drank alcohol, beers for breakfast.
Okay, so let me ask you a better question. Okay, let me ask you a question then on this point. Do you think that when he came to America, he got lax because these guys don't play no real basketball?
No, I think he just continued on what he was doing. He was the same. He just continued what he was doing from his culture. What they did in this country, hell, they drank. Like I said, they drank for breakfast 2 or 3 times a day. He just continued that.
Okay.
You didn't get lax, shit, but they all get lax at some point. Shit, you making $4 million a season. Yeah, you will get lax.
I mean, I hear you. I hear that. But listen, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was going to say he's playing with the most influential basketball player of the last 20 years. So it's definitely going to change.
Who I say needs to get the hell out of the way.
Well, he may or may not. He's still going to give you 25 next year.
He needs to retire, man. Let the NBA move on. So, what do you think about Stephen A. Conspiracy theory that Caitlin Clark has a civil rights violation case against the WNBA because she gets her ass kicked? Okay, so say what?
Before I get on.
No, that's your question. She has a lawsuit against the WNBA.
No. Stephen A. is speculating that she may have a civil rights lawsuit because the WNBA doesn't protect her.
On out of here.
I'm gonna tell you
I have to talk about a story that's very, very important, and albeit indirectly, it involves Caitlin Clark, the Department of Justice, and quite possibly the President of the United States himself. Somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it. But one thing I will not do is take credit for this. I am looking at the Wall Street Journal.
Our pain. It froze, bro. So it looks like we're just reviewing the video of Stephen A. Smith talking about Caitlin Clark, the WNBA and Caitlin Clark's civil rights. Wow. It froze, like our pain is frozen. So yeah, it was getting into Stephen A. was getting into a great commentary.
I'm in a good mood.
There you go. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man.
But I could be saying I told you
on this end was going.
Because let me read this to you. Caitlin Clark
Can you hear me now?
has done for the women's NBA what Michael Jordan once did for the NBA. Made it more valuable, watchable, and marketable. Instead of protecting its transformative star, the league's leadership ignores the relentless targeting of Ms. Clark, treating its greatest asset as if she were a PR headache. That approach could turn into a legal liability for the WNBA. Since she joined the league last year, Ms. Clark's impact has been seismic. Merchandise sales soared 601%. Indiana Fever viewership jumped 170%. The team's value tripled. League pass subscriptions climbed 366%. App engagement rose 613%. And her endorsements topped $11 million. She's the economic engine driving the league forward. Mystics co-owner Sheila Johnson questioned Ms. Clark's 2024 Time Athlete of the Year recognition. Ms. Clark shattered fan vote records with 1.29 million all-star votes, yet ranked only 9th among guards on the player ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't stop there. Because before I read you some quotes, I want to also read you why I'm saying this to you. Remember when I brought up the 2024 U.S. Olympic roster how she was left off of that and how stupid that was for Team USA women's basketball to leave her off. Remember I said that? They said this is where they're going now. Ms. Clark's targeting may reflect a culture of disparate treatment, and the evidence provides reasonable cause for a federal probe into potential civil rights violations.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, man? What do you think? I mean, is he onto something, or is it much overreaction? No, not overreaction. We know that the ladies are jealous, right? But civil rights violation? I mean, they fumble in the bag, right? They're trying to fumble the bag because they got a whole bunch of, I have to say it, black women who have such an inferiority complex that they don't know, they're trying to kill the golden goose because she's white. It's the stupidest shit in the whole world. But isn't that indicative of what the society is right now with how the B-dubs behave? In general, not all of them, but in general. I mean, there's enough of them that do dumb shit because of the way they feel that overshadows almost everything, right? Instead of being happy that this girl came in, now you're flying charter jets instead of being in steerage and on a plane. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. The revenue sharing for the new contract is going to go up from 9% to 24%. You know, and that's what I wanted to get to next. So so it's you said it was you did say it's like kind of a Stephen A is going out on a limb with this thing, right? He's making it sound more serious than it is. I don't see no federal probe. That's what a distraction that would, a distraction that would be. So here's the fee. So they talked about, I'm not going to click this. They talked about the feasibility of a 50% revenue share like the NBA, right? The point really is that, the point really is, I don't know if you can see this a little bit. The point really is they're going to make $260 million next year for the TV rights, split amongst all the teams. In the end, the players are going to split 24% of those revenues, and it's going to be paid out to them through $4 million. And so when you split that up, all of them get a salary raise from 9% to 24% of the revenue. The problem is that even at $260 million with the TV contracts, when all the bills are paid, including paying the salaries 24% for the players, they're still projected to lose money. So they haven't even come to when they're going to break even. You know what I'm saying? And then start making profit. And so therein lies the rub. If they went to 50%, now the leagues will lose more money because with the other bills they have to pay, paying 50% of revenue that they don't have. What they did say is they want some of the owners to cut into the equity of their teams, of the actual value of the teams, and pay the players more. That's what they want. That's what they want the owners to do.
Who want that? The players. The players want that.
Yeah, that's what some people say they should do.
The players are going to get locked out this season. So
yeah, well, if they're not going to do that, can you imagine? Now your team is worth maybe 5 or 10 times more than it used to be. But now you want me to cut into the unrealized gain of my equity to pay you guys.
They're going to get locked out.
If they do
lockout.
If they continue down this path, they just might. And it's all
they already set the stage, y'all, man. They already set the stage because
with those shirts.
No, okay, with the league they had that 3-on-3.
Yes, okay.
They overpaid the players. They was making like what they get, what each player get that played in that summer league.
I forgot individually. I know they split a bigger. They made more money than they normally make. I think they were okay.
Yeah. So then you got people who started the league part of the negotiations. So that's a conflict of interest.
Right.
They're gonna get locked. I think they're gonna get locked out at the end of the season. They're gonna lock them out, and it's going. And of course, they all go to social media. Angel Reese gonna have a podcast, and everybody gonna be a guest, and they gonna be talking, and they gonna talk about it all winter. That's all you gonna hear. We deserve more money, and then here's the problem: if they don't embrace Caitlin Clark with that, they ain't gonna get no more money. They're gonna be like, go back overseas and play.
Yeah, while we're here, let me ask you something, and I didn't put this on a chart. What do you think the fact that Indiana Fever on a 5-game winning streak without Caitlin Clark?
I think it's a good thing.
Okay, well, let's kind of mine that out just a little bit, right? I heard, of course, Jason Crazy Ass Whitlock says, well, maybe are they a better team without Caitlin Clark? No. They just stepped up, and the team, the players are playing better, cohesive basketball. So everybody's stepping up. But when Caitlin Clark comes back, they should be even much better than before, right? That's what I think. So you ease her back into the lineup, and it turns out their point guard is playing pretty well, right? So what do you think about that? How do they get her woven back into the lineup? And do you think they may be better as a cohesive unit without Caitlin Clark, or is that really absurd to even say?
Yeah, I think that's absurd to even say. Because one, you got to look at Caitlin Clark like Michael Jordan and Steph Curry.
Exactly, right? You didn't say Michael Jordan.
That's how you got to look at it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Nobody said Michael Jordan is no good when Pippen almost took them to the championship without him.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Thing, man. Yeah, man. That's funny, man. That's the word, absurd.
But if they don't embrace Caitlin Clark, I've said this since she's been in the league.
Yeah.
I see her playing maybe 5 years and stepping away. She got bigger things she can do. She will become the ambassador. The WNBA will make her an ambassador. They will give her a microphone and let her commentate games, and she'll make $25 million a year showing up on the sideline.
No doubt. Let's hope that she stays around a little bit longer. Okay, so the Major League Baseball hired their first female ump. What do you think about this picture? I swear that's a woman. Can you see the picture?
That's a woman?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw
that. Now, this is not the most flattering picture of her, but I said, wait a minute. This is her.
Yeah, that's what she look like, man. They ain't gonna be feminine out there all day. What you want to have on some have a long nail or something?
I said, is this I put in like some searches. I said, is she married? Is she a transvestite? Is she this or that? Google and AI wouldn't give me no answer. But if you look at some other angles, you could tell she's a woman. You put this angle right now, man, she look like she'll kick some ass.
Yeah, just beat your ass up.
She'll kick some ass. It's a strike, goddammit. Get out of my face.
It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I guess women's eyes are just as good as men.
Hey, that's just so funny though. But I mean, I'm having fun on it, but this is not a flattering picture. It's not, So this just so happened I picked it out of the bunch. Anyway, so baseball standings is what it is. The Mets and Phillies are going back and forth. The Yanks are hanging in by the skin of their. Oh, now they're in third place. Ooh. What's that? 114 games. Yeah, they got time, but yeah, you know what? They're sliding. The big three is the big three. They're in week 9. I still haven't watched the full game, but they're still going on. Oh man, did you see Ice Cube's new movie? Ice Cube made a movie. Is that? He did another movie called Update Technical War of the Worlds. You ever saw the World?
I saw that the other day.
It's the most. It's a horrible movie, man.
Yeah, I
It's
thought.
so bad. I said, "Oh my god!" First, he can't act. They're playing. It's so crazy. The execution was just so bad, and his kids hate him. He had every time his daughter told him, I'm not listening to you." Right? He said, "Stay there," and she said, "What you doing outside? Leave that shit in. So don't pull out the thing." She pulls it out. I mean, she just,
Oh man, I can't.
Yeah.
This is off subject, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Jared's message, right? A guy and a girl went on a date, and he invited her. Like, she kept all his text messages, man. They was white too. And
Okay.
So he excuse me, he wanted to take her out to a nice restaurant. So he did. And while he was there, a friend pulled up, one of her friends.
Okay.
And they was ordering all this expensive shit, so they bill came to $720.
Wow.
He was like, "I ain't paying that shit." So he left, and then she took him to court, and she was awarded for him to pay the $720.
Is that right? And she was a snow bunny?
Yeah, she was one of them Kim Kardashian type women.
All right. So, but okay. So, one of her friends pulled up.
Yeah, one of her friends. She invited one of her friends out with her. She came sort of later out there, and I already got seated.
Oh,
and then they started drinking, and people started to pay the whole bill.
He went out with the pretense that he was going to pay the bill.
Yes, but not with the friend.
No. But not that. The point is that if he didn't want the friend to eat, he should have stopped it before she sat down.
He should have.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't have let him order no food.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he lost, man. He was a black dude.
No, he was
Oh, okay. I mean, because it's something that a black dude would do for a white woman for sure. So I mean, I'm glad it's not a brother. I mean, we've been taking L's, man. The brother's been taking some big L's. So I'm glad. We take a lot of L's. Okay, other sports banter. Okay, so what about the dildos, man? You haven't heard the dildos being thrown on the WNBA courts?
Oh yeah, I saw that, man. I saw one last night.
Yeah, okay. Oh, the third time? But for the third time?
Yeah, it was one. It was something happened last night.
Oh my God! Listen, here's the thing, man. This is Gilbert Arenas' take on it, and he's absolutely nuts. Okay, hold on for a second. Look at this boy. If you ever watched this podcast, he got a straight man. Man, he giving me out, man. This is just a couple of minutes.
Y'all can see it was just ball. It was just ball. 7 o'clock. What y'all doing 7 o'clock tomorrow?
What's up? Just nothing.
Better not be no work, nigga. I know that.
No, I got 4 front rows to the throwing party.
Look at the straight man right there.
I'm done, man.
Let's get
WNBA. No, I'm sorry. It's a WNBA game.
It's the same.
No, the WNBA game. It's the WNBA game. But right now, they're not throwing T-shirts no more, bro.
Yeah,
You ain't sitting there throwing them.
How are you supposed to catch those though?
Like that. Listen, I was at the game last time. I was like, what did Green one at?
Wait, do it again. What you do?
I caught my ass.
Nah, bro. Nah. Hell no.
It's the new team.
You got one, bro.
We're not even watching the game no more. We just waiting. You're just waiting now.
Look at the straight man. He don't even want no parts of this.
Did you see that?
How does he have that?
He don't want no parts of this shit, man. The straight man.
Y'all niggas want a nigga with 2 kids and no job security to go back to the unemployment office.
You ain't been that game.
All right, that's enough, man. What do you think, man? You know what, man? Let me ask you, what do you think is behind the fact that people are starting to rag on the weave wearing, mostly lesbian league? You think that has anything to do with it?
Probably so, man. And the fact that Caitlin's not playing and they still got issues with her. So, no telling, man. People are crazy out here in the world today, man. So,
but
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say.
Is it a wake-up call for the sisters that nobody likes the women, man? I mean, let's just say, let me ask you a question. People do like female college basketball. People love it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, people love the ratings are great. People watch it. The girls are trying to make it, and there's lesbians there, but they don't dominate the league. But now in the WNBA, man, these ladies are absolutely unlikable. People don't like them.
The more they speak out about pay and all of that, the less likable they're going to be.
It seems it's just true. But now they throwing dildos out, man. They caught a guy. They caught a guy, right? Here's a guy. Now, of course, he's just like you, Ferg. You know, light skinned brother, of course.
Well, hold up, our parents. He's that light skin, white skin. He got mixed parents. My parents are black. My grandparents all the way through my great grandparents. So if anybody was white, they didn't show up on my family tree.
I'm just turning the screw, brother. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Okay, listen. Why did they have Angel Reese on this poster? Right? That's my thing. Okay, he's arrested. I guess she's representing the WNBA, but they wouldn't put Peyton Clark's picture up there. So this was from I think a white broadcaster who had this as his thumbnail. And so, you know, I'm not going to play it, but they catch this guy, but he's not, but they got a lot of copycats now, you know? And so we'd like to see what kind of time he gets, or if he gets any time, but he's certainly going to get a fine. I know he's banned from any WNBA games ever again. But what kind of punishment should he get, if any, other than a fine?
He could get 2 to 5 years.
Is that what they said?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. That's what they said, but he could get it because they could always categorize that he used that as a weapon.
What, hate crime?
No, he could use that dildo as a weapon. What if it would have hit a play? What if it would have hit a player or pain from that distance?
Okay. Or from the distance, or somebody ran over and slipped or broke an ankle, whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they can categorize it how they want to, man. It's just unfortunate that you don't walk around with this dildo just to throw at the game. That's just
and now he started a trade because you just told me a third one happened. Man,
yeah, it was another one that happened.
Damn, it's just that's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, so this one I know you're on the clock here, but this is my man talking about the greatest fumble in NFL history is Shannon Sharp. And what I'm gonna do is he says a lot, but let's just go to the list.
This is the greatest fumble in football history.
It's true.
As just a dollar check to make her go away.
He had to
brink of collection OnlyFans model.
What's the list? There it is.
The 1986 AFC.
There's the list. Can you see the list? Here's the greatest fumbles, man. Up at the top is Shannon Sharp. He didn't lose just $100 million, brother.
Yeah, no, he lost more than that.
He lost at least $250 million. And it's still coming because, you know, they got the $20 million lawsuit coming up from the Usher chick that he's going to have to settle for. So that's more money going out. And he's going to settle because I think he'd win that case. But, you know, with his credibility now, you don't want to be in front of any jurors. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give her money. She's going to get like $5 million or something like that for being a slut at a concert. Right? Well, she wasn't a slut, but she was being suggestive. But the fact that he said she was married, she said that caused her unreputable harm. I said, that's bullshit, man. But the lead attorney said she might have a case. You know, she has a good case. Anyway, so here's the top 10 list. Ernest Byner from, that's up there. The Miracle in the Meadowlands made Herm Edwards a star. Right? The Tuck rule changed Brady's career forever. right? Now, and it changed the NFL forever, that tuck rule, which was a fumble, by the way. What do you think? That was a real fumble. That was a fumble big time. Leon,
oh yeah, Leon Lett, he changed the rule too.
Yeah, being stupid, right? You got to cross the damn goal line and stop fooling with the ball. Mendenhall, you know what's not on this list? It wasn't a fumble, but the pass that should have been on this list.
What pass?
The fucking pass by Seattle pass against the Russell Wilson's pass down at the end zone.
Why? That was an interception.
Yeah, but I don't care. It should have been on the list. It was the biggest mental fumble in the world.
Well, that was the biggest coach's blunder ever.
Well,
See, they don't put it on the coach. It was on the coach.
No.
You don't.
No, it was on the coach, but he should have called the audible.
No, he couldn't know that, man. He had to call the play.
No.
The coach should. Wasn't it like second down or something?
It was. I think it was third down. But
Still, you got two tries to get 2 yards with the down.
It was like
with Marshawn Lynch. Come on,
Marshawn took you from the 5-yard line down to a yard and a half. And he.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me tell you. I know you're right about the coach. What I'm saying is, if Russell Wilson wasn't such a party man, he might have told his coach, "Okay, I'm gonna run this play." But once he got in the huddle, the coach could kiss my ass.
Yep, I got that.
That's what I'm saying. And he should.
I got that.
Shit, man, you could yell at me later, coach. I'm not throwing this fucking ball.
He could have ran a quarterback sneak and scored that shit.
I swear to God. So okay, but Shannon Sharp wasn't playing football with this. He's just a football player, right? He got OnlyFans. So I'm thinking, since he called it fumbles, he could have had that in as number 2. That has to be number 2. Anyway, so that's neither here nor there. O.J. Simpson's, the glove. Okay, that's not a football play. That's the glove, the bloody glove. Tony Romo dropped. I've seen all of these plays. The butt fumble. Yeah. I've seen all of it. Then Cam Newton not falling on that damn ball. And you know what? It was a fair chance that he wasn't going to recover that fumble either. But he'll never forget it. He should have died. He should have dove on the ball. But I think they was going to lose the game anyway. I don't even know if they had any timeouts left.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, but anyway, man. So that's the fumble. Jason Whitlock comes up with some shit every so often. I got to give him credit. All right. So here's my questions, and this is pretty much the last thing. Okay. We talked about Jayden Daniels' mother. I think she is glory seeking, but you can't argue about a woman protecting her son from the predators out there.
No, she's a mother. That's what they're gonna do when it's the bag involved, man. When the money's involved. It's old Pookie Ray.
Okay, let me ask you though. There's no way, no matter how overbearing she is, she cannot put his dick in such a glove that he ain't gonna be banging out some chick.
No, he already banged out some chick. She ain't on the road with him every day. She ain't on the road with him.
If the only thing she could hope is that he knows that he got to slip on a rubber every time.
Yep. That's about all he can do.
Yeah, and take that shit with him when he's done. That's what he's got to do. So Stephen A., you know about him being over the top with the DOJ. And then we already talked about the dildo throwing. This is such a bad look for what they think about the WNBA. I think it's horrifying from the standpoint that I don't like the game, but if the fans have that much contempt for the players, man, and the women don't have no introspection. It's all about how they need to feel and affirmation. It's like real life playing out on the court. And with the lesbians kissing each other, and open. I mean, it's just bad. So I don't know, man. God bless those chicks, man. If they can't get it together in the light of day. Go ahead.
I'm saying you can blame brother Obama for that shit. You can blame him.
Hey man, y'all on tonight, man?
Yeah, I'm ready to get on that, man. So salute to you, man. Great show, man. Great topic, man. For real.
Thanks for stopping by, brother. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
All right, later. All right, everybody here, man. Hit that like button. Definitely if you have seen this all the way to this point, man, hit the like button. Leave a comment on the replay. I used to do these live, but now I just think I'm just like I'm comfortable now. Just do them like, yeah, if I have to edit something, I will. But anyway, what we have left is a little boxing. I want to say this. Here's the schedule for boxing. There's four fights that I might want to watch. As long as I'd have to do pay-per-view. I don't think the Davis fight is pay-per-view worthy. So that should be right on TV like a week later. The Alvarez Bud fight is definitely pay-per-view. I don't know if I'm going to pay for it yet. In September, I might not. Nor, Inoue, man, he's one of the greatest little guys ever. So he's fighting at junior featherweight. So I don't know why I got you there. Undisputed featherweight title. So I want to see the junior featherweight title undefeated. Undisputed. So that's going to be a great fight too. The guy is devastating. And of course, David Benavidez, the person that Canelo Alvarez is the last person Canelo wants to see is this guy Benavidez. Hard-hitting, light heavyweight. His title's going to be worth watching as well. So these 4 fights, I've highlighted for the future, and they're all, within a few months. So anyway, for you boxing fans, there's some boxing out there. Again, like, share, subscribe, and comment on the replay. I'd appreciate that. And with that, we're going to say later on, good night. We're going to say good night from the swivel at the sports bar. And here you go.
Grab your friends, it's time to play. Join the fun, we're here all day. Watch the game with drinks in hand. On the swivel, let's take a stand. On the edge of our seats, we live for the thrill. In this moment together, we're feeling the chill. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. Tasty bites and big screen thrills. Every moment gives you chills. High fives and cheers, it's quite a sight. Join the crowd, it feels so right. As the game goes on, our hearts beat as one. Memories in the making, oh, this night's just begun. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. So good night, my friends, till we meet again. In this world of the game, through thick and through thin.
Good night. Like, share, and subscribe. Unique Sports Talk. Our Pain over and out.